But no, these are just like, how's your day going? Sorry, I just died a little.
Jesus. All right, well, as she goes off
allergies.
To hack out her lung.
I was talking too much too quickly.
All right, puppers, we're back with some more of Kirby's Adventure.
Are we in the yogurt yard?
Yes, we are still in the yogurt yard. Whee! And yes, we have a little fluff with us as well. You're holding old Milo.
I'm holding the old man.
Oh, Milo.
He's grooming my arm.
Okay, so you definitely want to use the fireball to like zip through the spikes here. And
okay.
It's all about timing. There we go. To get the one up.
I would definitely die.
Hooray! Well, again, spikes aren't instant death. You'll lose your power, but
you'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll just take a hit, and he'll be like, ouch! I don't think there is anything that is insta-death in at least this Kirby game.
Okay.
That I recall. Like, everything, like, will take damage, will take one shot, but there's nothing that'll kill you instantly. It's not like water in Castlevania or spikes in Mega Man. Spikes in Mega Man obliterate you when you touch them.
A Belmont touches water and it goes, ah! Death.
More like, cramp! Oh, cramp!
And then you're just like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Milo was hanging out right next to me here by my computer chair. So I decided to just pick him up. So if you guys hear him making noises, he's kind of close to the mic.
Yeah.
But now that I'm holding him, he probably won't meow.
Right. Whereas Luna's like circling around.
Oh, Luna's like a goddamn shark right now. She's like...
Alright, let's try this again. Meta Knight, do your worst. Send your minions. Maybe Fireball won't work, but I'll just eat them all.
I will just eat everyone.
It doesn't matter how many you throw at me. I will consume. Consume everything. For I am Kirby.
For I am Kirby.
Kirby.
See, I picture Kirby to have like a weird nerd voice.
Really?
Yeah. I am Kirby.
Nah, Kirby has no voice whatsoever. He's just a baby. He's, Pollo! Pollo is like his most common phrase. He'll be like, Pollo! Pollo!
I mean, that means chicken.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, in Spanish.
He wants chicken.
Pollo Loco.
Oh, Pollo Loco.
Crazy chicken.
Alright then.
So Kirby's just like, chicken!
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 Maybe that's just like how he associates everything. Tastes like chicken.
Oh, it tastes like chicken. Pollo. He just sees like a little monster and he goes, ooh, chicken.
Ooh, chicken. He devours their souls. Well, alright then, you learn something new every day. Alright, give me that switch.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of Spanish, but I do know pollo means chicken.
Well, I wonder what pollo means in Japan, because, like,
I
don't
think... it probably
think...
means something different.
Yeah. Because I don't think, like, a Japanese company would be like, we're going to do this one Spanish phrase.
Yeah.
That'll be like... for our marshmallow.
So here's the thing. Whenever I was in high school...
Thought that would work. Yeah?
When I was in high school, my mom started college.
Okay.
Well, she was finishing college.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow. All right.
And one of her classes that she needed was a foreign language, so she took Spanish, and she made a study group with like her and a couple other students. And she ended up hosting at the house all of her Spanish groups. But like, think back to when you were in college and the things that were important to you in college. So I know all those words in Spanish. But I don't really know much that's helpful.
Okay.
But I do know, yo necesito cerveza. I need a beer.
Of course you would.
Baño.
Yep.
Bathroom.
Yep. All right, so this right here is one of the hardest switches to get. You gotta use that, use this, jump up, and whew!
Yeah, I'd die. I can already feel it.
Alrighty. And again, it's optional. It's just to unlock the switch. But that took quite a bit of practicing. I don't do all of this in one go. I'll like practice before I'm like, I'm gonna record this session. I'll be like, I haven't played this game in a while. Let me see what it's like. Ah, okay, got it. And I'll be like, all right, now I can show my stuff. And people are like, and you still die? Shut up! Yes! Because I know I'm recording and I'm just like, oh, I hope I don't screw up. And the recorder's like,
See, whereas I die so often that I request death counts. In some of my playthroughs, like when you're touching up and making them look pretty, I'm like, so can you just put like a little counter at the bottom for like how many times I died? Because that's impressive.
Depends on the game. If it was Rayman, I'd be like, I don't want to be here all day. Listen, you put the 99
code in. Is that your death count or is that your phone number? Like, 10 digits, my friend.
True. All right, what do we got? UFO. All right. I took a gamble on that one and got UFO.
Cute.
Too bad it's awkward as shit to move here. But we'll make it happen. All right, this is a cool little mini boss coming up. This is Fire Lion.
Oh. I like that it's fire and lion. It makes me think of like the Zodiac.
Yeah. But like he'll charge at you in a fireball if you stay too far away. And he'll also pounce at you. If he grabs you, he'll shake you kind of like a dog does when it's like, "Arr!"
Okay.
And then he'll throw you into a wall.
So, kind of like my cat does.
Yes. Yeah, Fire Lion basically operates like Luna.
Oh, guys. So, Luna
Yeah.
has packed on some pounds.
Aw, baby girl. She's like, no, don't share.
I mean, she's still a relatively healthy cat. She is just overweight.
Yeah.
So I've tried really hard to, like, put her on a diet of sorts.
Yeah.
But we have 2 other cats. So, like, only giving her, like, proportioning food is really challenging because the other cats.
Yeah.
And, so I didn't fill up the food bowls right away. She smacked Milo so hard that he tipped over.
Uh-huh. She
was
attacked
so
Bobka.
unhappy that there was no food in the bowls.
Yeah, that she just had a fit and took it out on all the other
She
animals.
raged. She raged. Her claws weren't out, but she raged.
She was getting pissy.
Yeah, she was slapping some pets around. You got the food? No. Slap. I felt so bad though when I saw Milo tip over. I think that was the hardest I've ever yelled at Luna.
Yeah. Because I heard it from upstairs, whereas I heard Bobka yelp, but I didn't hear you react.
See, the thing is, Bobka's very dramatic.
I know.
So it's like, I know when her and Luna are like in a tiff, Luna's claws aren't out because I can see her. So she just kind of like smacks her and then Bobka will scream and then run away.
Yep.
Whereas if claws were out, I'd be like, hey, listen, don't do that.
Yeah.
But I did like scold her for bullying Bubka. But when she knocked Milo over, I was so mad. I was like mad, but also kind of like, ha!
Well, I know I would have laughed too. I'd be like, oh.
Like I laughed at first until he like didn't get right back up, and I was like, oh god!
I mean, yeah.
I think he tried to cover it up. Like, no, I meant to lay down. No, like, just give me a minute.
He's just like, someone might as well get me a beer while I'm down here. Get me some eggnog.
He is such a funny cat. I love him.
Oh, yeah. We're going to miss that little guy.
Yeah.
All right, so I need the hammer ability for this next switch.
Okay.
Because I have to make it to the switch without losing this ability.
What does he drop? Oh, is that like his life force?
Yeah, that was the maximum tomato.
Okay.
Gives me like full health. That's why it's always nice if you're like low on health. Just go to an arena. You can go back to them anytime. Beat the mini boss. You get a maximum tomato.
I really want like a good, juicy summer tomato.
Oh yeah?
That sounds so good.
Gonna have to wait a couple months, but
I'm gonna have to wait
done.
for a long time for like a good tomato.
But yeah, all these wheels, like I got them memorized. Like, don't attack them because you could always miss a swing and they'll knock that hammer right out of you, and then you got to get it. Otherwise, you got to quit the level, go back to the arena,
do it again.
and get this again. Now for this part, if you press down and then hit the hammer, he'll do this like slide move with the hammer. I'm just gonna fly over him. And we're almost there. There's one more segment where an enemies will literally fall from the sky.
Of course.
If you can take care of them, you're okay. But just don't rush it.
I said that when your dad threw a stick of Slim Jim at Fixie.
Don't rush it.
No, she like looked at it and I was like, oh my god, beef sticks are falling from the sky.
And here we go. So yeah, it takes a lot of practice, but it is doable. But it's frustrating when you get like right to the island and an enemy falls, hits you, and your star falls in the water, meaning evaporates immediately.
Bruh.
You're just like, well.
I would be so sad. I know that's the point of these games, but I would still be like, are you kidding me right now?
Well, like I said, like getting the switches is like the few challenge that this Kirby game has.
Yeah.
Because like, sure, you can die quite a bit, but you can get lives easily, as you can see.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take much to get extra lives in this game. So now that we kept the hammer, we can take on this boss called Heavy Mole. Just as regular Kirby, he's a decent boss, can be a decent challenge. But if you keep the hammer and avoid his fist, you can take care of him in quite a few seconds. Because he is super weak to the hammer.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Boom.
So is this a lot like Mega Man, where it's like certain weapons for certain enemies?
For certain enemies, yes.
Okay.
There are certain abilities that can just obliterate mini bosses and bosses.
Because that's
much
how
quicker.
Mega Man Help! Is this a real life or is it fantasy?
Fantasy. I get it.
Don't you wanna?
No! See, when you get hit underwater, it automatically
It just
disappears. You can't collect it.
Now
through here is the worst encounter in the game. So you have Rolling Turtle, who's the worst mini boss to begin with, and you have water physics.
Gross.
So like it's hard to absorb his attacks and spit them back at him because when you're underwater, you spit water. Now the water can hit him, but it is a very weak attack.
Yeah. I think water physics is one of my least favorite.
Well, you've said that you prefer ice physics over water physics.
Because, like, ice, you slide around, but you can kind of change your direction and slide in a different way. Whereas, like, for most of the water physics I've experienced, there's also a meter for how long you can be underwater.
Yeah, where I'll say that much, at least Kirby doesn't have a breath meter.
Whereas, like, I feel like I wouldn't care as much about the physics if there wasn't a breath meter.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, if you don't get through this in this amount of time, you'll go and die.
Exactly.
And there's, like, just 1,000,005 other things that you have to worry about.
Yeah, Alice is still the worst offender.
Oh, yeah.
Of that one.
Yeah. Whereas,
but we also have quite a few games that we could play that have underwater segments. So
yeah, because I don't think I've really played any other underwater segments.
Other
than like,
because Trials doesn't have one.
Ys doesn't have one. Like I can go underwater in Ys.
There was underwater in Zelda.
Was there?
I thought there was. Like
when
you fight the anglerfish.
Yeah, there was. Okay, but he doesn't have a breath meter.
He doesn't?
No.
Okay.
And there's also no different physics.
He does in the 3D games.
Okay.
Like there is a bit of a breath meter.
Yeah, there was no breath meter and there was no water physics.
Okay.
I just moved as though I was moving regularly.
Gotcha. Because like you didn't play Gex, but Gex has a breath meter.
Yeah, because I thought of Gex and I was like, but I didn't.
Also in outer space, there's a breath meter.
There was one in World of Illusions.
There were underwater levels, yeah. That one you just couldn't attack.
Yeah, again, it didn't really
avoiding.
have any different physics other than...
Like, even underwater, little Kirby, he can't use his abilities, but he can at least go sploosh.
Yeah, he can spit water.
He can spew little water in their face.
That sounds gross.
Sploosh.
Sploosh. I like that the clouds kind of resemble him.
Oh, yeah?
Look at them.
Yeah, kind of. No, like I said at the start of this playthrough, this is a very colorful and detailed game for NES. Like, this was 1989, I believe. Like, it's still impressive how much detail they put into the sprites and the
And
colors.
like I said,
here.
I almost prefer these types of sprites and levels and things like that. These colors and these designs to the more modern
The models?
3D. Like, they're beautiful. But, like, there's just something about this type of artwork.
Yeah, if you catch on fire, you can't fly
Oh.
until you land.
Neither could the Hindenburg, but...
Oh, Jesus.
Too soon? Too soon.
Maybe not too soon, but I just didn't see it coming.
Dark.
Well, I mean, neither did the Hindenburg. For that matter.
There's a handful of jokes that I'll tell you off camera.
Oh, well, that's nice.
One-
La-di-dee, la-di-di.
One is about vegetables.
Okay. Like, if you guys are very curious, I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find said jokes
Yeah.
in and of themselves.
The other one is about Stevie Wonder.
Oh, wow. Alrighty then. And where did you hear these juicy pieces of detail? Another monk?
That's honestly where I heard most of my dirty and dark jokes are from the monks and the priests
Funny.
up at school.
I've told you the broccoli joke, right?
Yes.
The Harrison Ford broccoli joke.
Yes.
I told that to my coworkers and like they thought it was genius. Like this was like while we were closing and cleaning up. I was just like, hey, have I ever told you guys the broccoli joke? And they're like, the broccoli joke. I'm like, okay, so that's a no. So there's this guy working the produce section. And again, like if you're a big fan of like Conan and you've seen Harrison Ford, it's the same joke. But for those who don't, there's a guy working the produce section at the supermarket. And he's cleaning some vegetables, and this woman comes up and be like, excuse me, sir, I can't find the broccoli. Where's the broccoli? And he's like, sorry, ma'am, but we're all out of broccoli. A new shipment will come in tomorrow. And he goes back to work, and a couple minutes goes by, and she comes back, and she's like, well, sir, I can't seem to find the broccoli. Where is the broccoli? He kind of like stops for a second, and it's like, all right, ma'am, we do not have broccoli. We are out of broccoli. It will be in tomorrow. Okay. So she leaves and he goes back to work. He turns around and she is this close in his face. Well, where's the broccoli? Why can't I find the broccoli? All right, lady. How do you spell dog? You know, as in dogmatic. She goes, well, D-O-G. Good. How do you spell cat? As in catastrophic. C-A-T. All right, well, how do you spell fuck? Like in broccoli. She goes, well, there is no fucking broccoli. He goes, that's what I'm trying to tell you, lady!
You said that and all the animals ran from the room.
That's what. Whoa! He skipped some levels.
Cats are like, we don't like broccoli. It's fine.
Like it's just one of those like kind of like suitable customer service jokes
Yes.
that like make it even more funnier to me and my kin.
That's one of like honestly one thing that I find enjoyment in is telling a customer we don't have something. If I like that customer, it's because I get to recommend something better.
I wish we had that old guy that told that kid, she's adorable.
Oh my God,
Get her to shut up.
Make her stop. We have a regular customer. He's one of my absolute favorites, and he stopped taking his medication. So he told us that was, you know, we're on shift. He's like, listen, I stopped taking my medication, so if I get snippy or mean, I don't mean it. I'm just unmedicated. So like he essentially pre-apologized for any like weird things that he might say that are out of the ordinary or considered rude.
Yep.
And he walked over to his chair, and there was this little girl, and she was just like rocking back and forth in this chair and just making a ton of noise. You could tell all of the other patrons were just like, really? And her dad is just sitting there on his phone, like, not a care in the world, doesn't realize his daughter is like literally being annoying to everyone. And my customer gets up and he goes over to the dad and he goes, yeah, she's real cute and all. Make her stop. And I was like, you're my hero, first of all. But the dad was like, I can't. And he was like, you're her father. Yes, you can.
It's just like, listen, how do you feel about going to the exchange?
Like, Because that's so much of the thing. Like, I do genuinely feel bad for parents because it is like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, if you do punish your child, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you like punished your child in public.
Yeah, I get that.
But then if you don't, everyone is like, oh my God, I can't believe you're not teaching your child how to behave in public. It's just like, okay, listen.
I get that, but still, you gotta do something. You gotta at least try.
I think it's just the considerateness of everyone around you, just like people that listen to their phone on speaker in public. And I'm like, listen, as a deaf person, I get it. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm on the phone, I prefer it to be on speaker just because I can hear it better.
Yep.
But you're in a public place.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your conversation. Can you not? Like, we get a lot of people that will FaceTime, and I'm just like,
yup, we
why?
get a lot of those.
Stop it. And it's not even like they're looking for something and they're trying to, like, show them. They're just talking. Because I definitely feel like in our future, there's probably going to be a moment where I send you out to get something, and you, like, send a recording of, like, is this what you need?
Yeah.
You know? But no, these are just like, how's your day going? Sorry, I just died a little.
Jesus. All right, well, as she goes off,
allergies.
Hack out her lung.
I was talking too much too quickly. Forgot to breathe, and then it.
Hey, you gotta breathe between sentences.
Yeah. So sorry about that.
You good?
I got excited.
Uh-huh.
I feel very passionately about people talking aloud in public on the phone.
I guess so. So what was the conclusion to that story?
I kind of fizzled out, but don't talk on your phone in public.
Yeah.
On speaker.
Alright then. So I think in the next part we're going to continue our quest through Orange Ocean. And we're actually nearing the end of this game.
Oh.
Because Orange Ocean, although every single level has a switch, by the way, in Orange Ocean. So like they're going to be longer. We have one more world after this before the final battle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're nearing the end. So in the next part, let's take out the rest of Orange Ocean.
Let's do it. I'm gonna get some cough drops and come back.
There we go. All right, see you next time.
Toodles!